Barkadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, great millstone, the rule and teach well. Peace of salutation to the elect 140 for first fruit. So as you see on my screen, there's an 8.8 earthquake yesterday over there off the coast of Russia. And it alarmed, tsunami waves to California and Hawaii. So pretty much it says a massive magnitude 8.8 earthquake struck off of Russia's Pacific coast, triggering tsunami warnings and evacuations of coastal areas in Hawaii and alerts along the United States West Coast. The intense earthquake, about 85 miles off the coast of Russia's, peninsula, was one of the most powerful earthquakes ever recorded and the world's largest since 2011. So it says in the U.S., initial tsunami waves rushed ashore on Hawaii's land of Oahu, if I'm saying that right, sending people scrambling to evacuate. Residents were urged to leave beaches and low-lying areas for higher ground and to take shelter on at least the fourth floor of the building. Sirens sounded across the Hawaiian island 10 minutes after each hour for the 3 hours leading up to the expected impact as a part of a statewide warning system. Says Hawaii Governor Josh Green told reporters early yesterday that the state had so far not seen a wave of consequence, calling it great relief. Though he warned there could be more waves, he said high waves could knock down utility poles and scatter debris, blah, 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 blah. So we see that an 8.8 earthquake happened not just yesterday, one of the biggest earthquakes. Now let's take it to the next one. So I looked up because we've seen this thing with the Yellowstone National Park, these bears moving, these birds moving, deer, all these animals are moving away from the Yellowstone National Park and migrating elsewhere other than the park. The glacier activity, if that's right, hold on, let me see. Like there's springs. Hold on one second. Oh man, what are they called? Geysers, yeah, the geyser. Their geysers have been some geysers that have been kind of dormant have been reacting, um, and exploding, pretty much. Um, Let me see something here. I think that's what I want. Hold on, let's see. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Because, like I said, these guys, but they're having like explosions. And this didn't happen too long ago. It happened like 5 days ago or something. Nah, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. That was last year. But there has been, eruptions in Yellowstone. Matter of fact, I'll pull this one up real quick. Give me a second. They might not be as dramatic as the one that was a year ago.
Newly installed cameras capturing an eruption from the Black Diamond Pool at Yellowstone National Park on Saturday.
Here's the footage released by the USGS. It shows the eruption blasting out of a thermal pool, sending water several feet into the air. A much larger hydrothermal explosion happened at the same location in July of last year.
Yeah, so the one they're talking about July of last year was this one. You know, people get some terrible fucking views of shit. And bear with me, Akim Salaki. All right, this one right here.
Now to the extraordinary images tonight, the scare for visitors at Yellowstone National Park, the very close call with a geyser raining down rock and debris. Here's ABC's Mola Lengi.
Got sorry connection, Salaki Akim, but
A hydrothermal explosion happens when extremely hot water trapped under the Earth's surface converts to steam. Since then, the basin has been closed to the public for hazard.
yeah, there's been a lot of weird phenomena going on in Yellowstone National Park. These geysers have been blowing up more than usual. And then also, too, if you see little videos, people are like putting water bottles directly on the ground and it's just shaking. The earth is like literally shaking over there. Like, but this is what happened last year.
This is the stunning moment, a geyser in Yellowstone.
With a geyser raining down rock and debris, here's ABC's Mola Lengi.
This is the stunning moment, a geyser in Yellowstone National Park exploded today, sending a black plume of steam and mud up to the sky and panicked tourists running from falling rock and debris. No one was injured, but park officials surveyed the damage. The boardwalk, used by parkgoers, destroyed. The area shut down to visitors. It happened in Biscuit Basin, near the Black Diamond Pool, about 2 miles from the park's most famous geyser, Old Faithful. Hydrothermal explosions are common in Yellowstone, occurring when superheated water flashes to steam underground. The geyser acted.
Yeah, you can't predict Mother Nature, quote unquote, Father Nature. It does what it wants to do. So if that wanted to explode, it's gonna explode. You know, look at this fucking scary ass Edomite. What the fuck y'all doing over there anyway? You know, but there's a phenomenon going over there. And as of late, I got this article right here. I typed in how many earthquakes have been in Yellowstone experienced in the last 15 years. So, you know, there's AI technology. So read this. Artificial intelligence has led research to identify 10 times as many earthquakes in the Yellowstone caldera than humans thought there were. Previously, experts detected about 8,600 earthquakes in the country's oldest national park, 2008 to 2022. But AI's help, they've increased that number to a whopping 86,000. So pretty much there's been 86,000 earthquakes in the Yellowstone area, Yellowstone National Park area. Now, we all know there is an earthquake, or not earth, there's a volcano over there in the Yellowstone, probably the size of the Metroplex of Atlanta. All right. It's about like 47 miles wide and like 30 miles long. That's how big the volcano is. When there's tremblings like that, there's good suggestion that that volcano is about to erupt. And if that erupts, a lot of people in that area and across the United States are cooked. You know, just being real. You know what I'm saying? But no, America's not going to be destroyed by volcanoes. Because I have to say that because there's been, you know, bug outs who think America's going to be destroyed by the Ring of Fire, which is that earthquake. I mean, the volcanoes along the side of it's such a dumb fucking belief, but whatever. We contend the faith, right? All right. So pretty much instead of 8,000, they found 80,000 earthquakes. And of course, that brings us to the precept in Matthew 24, which says, Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Literally, the scriptures say the earth is going to rock to and fro like a drunkard. But, you know, that's by the way of nuclear missiles. And of course, it says seismos, which is today seismology, which is the study of, you know, the earthquake and, you know, shit like that. You know, so it says a commotion, all right? Another, you know, a metaphoric way of a commotion or earthquake is like when something big happens in the world, like prime example, like Kobe dying, Kobe Bryant dying, that was an earthquake. It shook people. You know, it's certain things that cause commotion, like Trump being winning the presidency. That was an earthquake. You know, it caused a commotion. You know, so that's what we're here today. But you see, these earthquakes are getting more and more intense, and then also too, they're coming more and more rapid. All right, 80,000 fucking earthquakes, and I did look up also too how many earthquakes have been in Yellowstone this year, and they say 60 earthquakes so far. What is it? The 6th month, so it's averaging what 6 earthquakes a month type thing. You know what I'm saying? Or Salakia, I'm tripping. 10 earthquakes a month type thing. All right. So 10 earthquakes a month. That's like 2 earthquakes a week type shit. You know, so it's something's happening over there, along with around the world. An 8.8 earthquake is crazy. You know, so that's about all I have for you here today. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Bashem HaChakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and room and teach well. Peace or salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Until the next time, I say shalom, and like always, repent. For Yahushua is coming back sooner than what me and you believe. All right, shalom.